of a solid. And the surface area is just the sum of all the surfaces in any solid. So this includes the bases, any lateral faces that you might have. Okay. When you're looking at finding the surface area, okay, in general what you're doing is you're simply adding up all of the separate surfaces. But we can kind of break this down and look at individual types. If you're looking at, let's say, a prism, okay, the total surface area for a prism can be calculated by finding the area of the base. And how many bases are there? Josh? Two. So we have 2, capital B. Remember, capital B represents the area of the base. And then to this, we're going to add all the rectangular faces along the surface of that solid. And so if you look at these surfaces, the easiest way or the shortcut to finding the sum of all of these lateral surfaces in a prism is you would take the perimeter of that prism, multiply by the height of the solid, and that's going to give you the total lateral surface area. Okay. So if I were to give these some values, and I'll just use some common values here. So let's say 4, 3, and 10. Okay. If we were looking for this total surface area, okay, first we can find and assume this is a right triangle as our base. Okay. Our surface area is going to be 2 triangles plus all 3 rectangular sides. Okay, so again, anytime I demonstrate a problem, I'll probably graphically show the relationship of the surface area. Okay, but we can then begin the equation or the formulaic version of this. The area formula for a triangle is 1/2 base. What's the base of this triangle? 4 times the corresponding height, 3. And then for each of these rectangular faces, you have your base times height. So this lateral face is 3 by 10. This lateral face is 4 by 10. And this final lateral face in the back, well, what is the hypotenuse of that triangle going to be? 3, 4. It's a common triple, 3, 4, 5. So that will be 5 by 10. And so you should be able to see, like in this example, why this is the perimeter times the height. The common factor in each of these is the height. The sum of 3, 4, and 5 is the perimeter. So it winds up demonstrating that the perimeter times the height is the portion of this surface area formula. Okay, the surface area of a cylinder is no different. A cylinder, just like a prism, has 2 bases. So you're going to add those 2 bases to the lateral surface, which is still the perimeter times the height. But in a cylinder, what shape is our base? It's a circle. So when you're looking at this, we have our R value and our H value. We can find a more specific surface area formula because our base never changes. It's always pi r squared. And what is the perimeter of a circle called? Circumference. And what's the formula for circumference? 2 pi r h. So we have a more specific surface area formula for a cylinder. And you can just substitute that in, plug it in, and solve.